making us a part of your evening. I see everybody in here lit up. Let me say this too. We put out a call to arms and said, hey guys, we got a bunch of returning viewers that aren't subbed to the channel. And listen, I get it. I've told you my spiel happens to me all the time too. I'll literally watch a new show, watch a new channel, get excited about it, and then not forget to sub and lose track of it. And it takes me a couple weeks to find that channel again. But it's pretty cool. We went from 12,000 returning viewers all the way up to 13,400 in the last couple of days. So the channel's growing like crazy. The subs are through the roof thanks to everyone who contributed and hit that subscribe button. But we're over 4,700 subs. That leaves 8,700 returning viewers. That's not subbed yet. So you may think it's insignificant. If you would, though, please hit that sub button. I'm telling you, man, it makes all the difference in the world. So, Tim, man, we're on the eve of camp. And I like to just kind of go through Twitter. And it's cool. You see all the insiders starting to come back around. You see all the players or, they've kind of been doing their workouts and things get a little bit quiet. And you get some players that are back into town for camps and stuff like that. It's just an exciting time of the year. And I thought this was really cool. Shout out to Ashley Washburn. And I believe she's with TMJ4. Yeah, TMJ4. So she tweeted this out. Jordan Love is in the house. QB1 is spending his final day of the offseason with nearly 600 kids for his second annual youth football camp. While vets don't have to report to Packers training camp until Tuesday, he'll be there tomorrow with the rookies. So pretty cool, man. QB1 out here just hanging out with the kids and giving back to the community. As we see, there's a lot of guys that are holding out of camp. They're getting in trouble this time of year. Minnesota Vikings, we got Jordan Addison facing a DUI case that might cost him anywhere from 3 to 5 games suspension. It's just, I feel so grateful, Tim, that we got the players we've got on the Green Bay Packers, man, because it's so easy to root for these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. You love it, right? He's out here doing the youth football camp, no big deal. Not like one of the biggest years of your career is about to get underway here. But, hey, that's what Jordan does. And a lot of our players are like this too, right? Active in the community. And I'm willing to bet Jordan's not going to be the only veteran that'll be there a little early. I'm sure Josh Jacobs is probably going to show up. We've got some leaders on this squad. So it's just really cool to see it.
Yeah, it really is. Daryl in the chat says, love showing support and contributing with those kids. Again, and that's the Packer way for sure. Now, on the other hand, you've got Carrington Valentine tweeting out these Instagram stories. I'm going to keep it muted because there is some language in there.
Just a few.
So, love this, though. This is from Carrington Valentine's IG story. He and Nate Hobbs getting that work in, right? Absolutely love how Valentine has been locked in with him this offseason. So you see him posting that video, and Hobbs is pretty fired up. So that's why we got to keep it muted. But it's so cool, man. Jair is now departed. Nate Hobbs steps in as that free agent, pick up there at the cornerback position. Carrington Valentine, as we talked about, was arguably the best cornerback on the team last year with the majority of the year, Jair's absence there with the injuries. Really, really cool to see Carrington and Nate Hobbs kind of lock arms, right?
Yeah.
And again, Carrington's going to be here for at least another 2 years, and we'll see if he earns another contract. Nate Hobbs is under contract, I think, for 3 or 4 years. Although we talked about it, you can get out of it in 2 if it don't work out. But I think they're seeing him here in the foreseeable future. If I were to be negative for just a second, again, nothing's mandatory. Obviously, we're shouting these guys out, these players out, because they're going above and beyond. But you'd love to see Keyshawn out there with them too. But
yeah.
Carrington and Nate Hobbs, I think they're going to help hold that secondary down this year, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to prove to be the core. You're right. I'd like to see Keyshawn out there with them too, kind of galvanize that DB room. But I'm sure if Keyshawn's getting a late flight from Vegas or something, he'll be here on time. Don't worry. But seeing the young talent, and then you get a guy like Nate Hobbs who's young enough, but kind of a veteran, kind of established player himself, looking for a new home here, and I think he's found one in Green Bay. So. Really, Carrington Valentine is going to be that X factor. We've talked about it numerous times. This is going to be a big year, big opportunity for him. And I really do. I'm 100% behind him, I believe. And I think he's going to step up this year. CV's a star, man. He really is.
And then kind of in the same vein there of what Jordan Love was doing earlier, this was cool. Matthew Golden got tagged in a Instagram post, and he put this on his IG story. And I had to take a little shot there. While Minnesota Vikings receivers are in court for DUI, Matthew Golden's been working out, taking underprivileged kids shopping and fishing fishing in Texas with his buddy Baron Sorrell, and then, of course, hanging out with Packer fans here in town. So pretty cool, man, to see him embrace everything that's going on, too. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just that he's a first-round pick, and we haven't taken a wide receiver in the first round for so long, but it just seems like Matthew Golden is pretty damn mature to be that young of a player coming into the league. Now, listen, he's got to do it on the field. All this is all great and sunshine and rainbows and everything, but these guys have got to go out and perform, Tim, or none of this is going to matter at all, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, you take one look at Matt Golden, you know he's gonna perform. I mean, you got to have faith in these guys. We don't want to get too excited too soon about our rookies, but there's a reason that the Packers pulled the trigger and brought him to Green Bay, and he's clearly fitting the mold as a Packer. I think it's cool to see him, taking the underprivileged kids to Dick's Sporting Goods and getting them all shoes and, warm-up jackets and things like that. And to hear him talk about being one of those kids himself not too long ago, and it's really like full circle for him to be able to do this and give back to the youth and the community. And it's just really cool to see him stepping up and embracing his role as, the star number 1 draft pick receiver. I mean, that's a big story here in Green Bay, right? It's been a while since we took one in the first round. So I think, to your point, Clayton, you can see the maturity. I don't think any of this is too big for him. I don't think he's going to get big-headed. And I think he's going to be pretty successful as a rookie receiver, especially in Matt LaFleur's offense, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it, man. And again, when you watch Texas tape with him down there with Steve Sarkisian, you've seen a lot of that moving Z. You've seen a lot of cheat motion, cheat the stack, nasty splits, all those things. So it's not to a T Matt LaFleur's offense, but it's definitely in the same realm. And I think that having that experience, the timing with the cheat motions and everything, I'm sure there's a lot of choice routes baked into Sark's offense as well. So maybe that'll give him kind of a leg up. And that might be why Goody valued him over some of these other receivers that we were kind of excited about. Your Jaden Higginses, your Trey Harris's, guys like that. So maybe just a little bit better fit for the Packers. Coach Lynn in the chat says Jordan Love donated all his wedding gifts to the youth also. Absolutely awesome. And that was so cool, too, seeing Jordan Jordan and Ronica tie the knot. I think they're going to be a power couple in Green Bay for a long time, which that's so important, man. It really is. All the way back to when Brett finally settled down and him and Dede, they, kind of were the first couple of Green Bay. And then, of course, it never worked out with Aaron, but you had a couple other people that Aaron just kind of hopped around. So
Aaron's figuring it out now, though, right? I think he found one now. Better late than never, right, Clay?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. 2-0 for this in the chat. Said this team's going to treat negative fans like Ricky Bobby's kids treated their grandpa. Man, I was watching that the other day. I was in the pool. We had Talladega Nights on, and when he said, "What'd you do today, kids?" He said, "I threw all the grandpa's war medals off the bridge." It's like, geez, what are we doing?
Oh, gosh. I haven't seen that in so many years, man. Classic.
Yeah. He said, "You're going to let them talk to their grandpa that way?" You darn right I am. He said, because they're winners. They can do whatever they want. Oh, man, I'll tell you.
You ain't first and last, man.
Dick in the chat says, rare for me to watch live, but hello, PTA, go Pack, go. Hey, thanks for swinging through, buddy. It's so good to see you, man. So good to see you. So,